Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commenttary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look for that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! Welcome along to the Commenttary Hub's coverage of the Manchester derbies. Manchester City taking on Manchester United. Manchester City with 3 points. Manchester United with 4 points going into this game. As you can see, the league results thus far for both Manchester clubs on your screens as we get ready for kickoff. Just a bit of sad news coming out of Manchester earlier today. Everybody at the Commenttary Hub Sports, or with the family and friends of Ricky Itman Atten, the boxer. Ricky Atten sadly passed away at the age of 46 today, and at a kick-off, Manchester City will mark a remembrance for him with a minute's appreciation before kick-off at the Etihad Stadium this afternoon. Just ahead of kick-off then, let's see what the team changes are for both sides with you, in company of your match commentator, Paul James.
Yes, good afternoon, Russ. Good afternoon, everybody. Somber day in Manchester today. But the team changes for today. For Manchester City, they have a couple of enforced changes that they need to make. Ruben Diaz and Jeremy Doku are in for John Stones and Omar Mamouche, who are currently sidelined. Phil Foden comes in for Oscar Bob, and Gianluigi Donnarumma makes his debut in goal today, leaving James Trafford isolated on the bench. For Manchester United, they're also forced into 3 changes today, starting with Diogo Dalla, who is out injured currently right now. A muscle injury keeps him out. Patrick Dorgu steps in for Mason Mount, who is also suffering from an injury, and Matheus Cunha is sidelined at the moment as well. Benjamin Sesko makes his first start for the Red Devils today. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you very much there, Paul. As we get ready for kick-off in this big Manchester derby, who will come out on top in the Manchester derby then? Will it be Manchester City or will it be Manchester United? Will Manchester be red or blue come the end of this game this evening at the Etihad Stadium? We'll wait and see for that, and Paul will be delightfully describing the action which is taking place there. A late penalty decision at Turf Moor cost Burnley a very good point against a strong Liverpool side, which made no changes from the team that beat Arsenal last time out and Burnley pushed them all the way due to a silly handball from Annabelle, which allowed Liverpool's Mo Salah with a chance to put it into the back of the net, which he duly did. I'll go through all the scores from the Premier League a little bit later on during half-time, along with other scores from the Football League as well, in case you missed them during our coverage of the game between Brentford and Chelsea last night. So then, without any further ado then, with the teams just in the game into the bench from the tournament, just one thing for me to ask our resident commentator, Paul James. And Paul, just a quick question to you ahead of kick-off then. We've obviously seen some changes for Manchester City. Donnarumma starts today in goal. Do you think that's a bit harsh on James Trafford, having been probably promised to come in and potentially be try and be number one at City up against with Ortega and maybe Edison, but Edison's now moved on? Do you think it's a bit harsh that Trafford's been dropped with Donnarumma coming in?
Yes, absolutely. But when you've got a goalkeeper like Donnarumma, who in my opinion is the best current goalkeeper in the world, I think you have no choice but to play him. I don't think it's an option, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Just looking at the Manchester United side, obviously there's still no Sonny Lemens in the starting lineup. He actually needs a bit more time there. Sesko comes in today for his first start. Do you think it's the right move fetching Sesko into the side, having seen what Cunha's done in that lone position up front?
Well, with Cunha injured, the obvious option is Benjamin Sesko. So I'm not surprised they're starting him. They paid a lot of money for him. We've seen sparks of him off the bench. It will be interesting to see how he gets on today in his first start. Obviously, he can make himself an instant hero with the Manchester United fans if he can put one over the old enemy today.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And with the players out at the kick-off, then kick-off very much fast approaching, it's time for me to hand over to match commentator for the first time to guide you through the first half. It's Paul James.
Thank you, Russ. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the first Manchester derby of the season. We've already had this young season a number of big games, and this is just another one of them. So Manchester City, as mentioned earlier, they start with Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Josko Gvardiol, Ruben Diaz, Abdulkader Kusanov, and Nico O'Reilly across the back. The three in midfield are the Dutchman Thierry Reinders, Rodrigo, and Bernardo Silva, who's wearing the captain's armband tonight. And the front three is Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland, and Phil Foden. For Manchester United, well, the Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim has decided to go with this lineup today. Altay Bayinda in goal, a back three of Luke Shaw, Matthias de Ligt, and Lenny Yoro, with Patrick Dorgu, Manuel Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, and Nusa Mazraoui in the midfield. And the front three is Amad Diallo, Brian Mbeumo playing just behind Benjamin Sesko, the Slovenian international. For the substitutes, Manchester City, well, they're relying a little bit of experience and youth. James Trafford is the backup goalkeeper. Nathan Ake, Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis. Stefan Mfuni is 17 years old. Divine Makasa is 18 years old, both waiting for their first Premier League appearances. Nico, Mateus Nunes, and Savino for the Citizens. For Manchester United, it's a familiar substitutes bench with the addition of new signing the goalkeeper Sene Lamens, who has not been given the opportunity for his first start today. Tom Heaton is the other backup goalkeeper on the bench. Tyler Friedrichsen, Aidan Heaven, Diego Leon, Harry Maguire, Kobe Mainu, and Joshua Zirkzee and Casemiro. And now begins the applause for the passing of Ricky the Hitman Hatton. Well, one of the greats of the boxing world, he's passed today, and I echo the thoughts of Ross. We hope his family and his friends are comforted at this most difficult time. So our referee today is Anthony Taylor from Wythenshawe in Greater Manchester. Gary Beswick and Adam Nunn are on the lines. Simon Hooper is the fourth official, and in VAR today, John Brooks and Neil Davis. These two teams have met each other a grand total of 196 times, with Manchester City winning 62 Manchester United winning 80 and 54 draws. The first ever meeting was way back in 1891 when Manchester United under the then Newton Heath won 5-1 in the FA Cup. And that year also brought about the Great Blizzard of 1891 in England, with 200 people and 6,000 animals perish during that horrible period of time. We're going to get the game underway now, and Manchester City in their blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks, attacking the goal to our right here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester United in their red shirts but black shorts today. As City already on an early attack. Here's Doku. Finds Haaland! Oh, and it was just whipped across the face of goal. A really tight angle for Erling Haaland here. Let's just take a look at this. It was a quick 1-2 with Jeremy Doku. Very tight angle for the Norwegian. He's already coming off 4 goals on the international break from an 11-1 victory for Norway over Moldova. Well, he's in the mood for more goals today, but that goes behind for a goal kick, and it's launched downfield by Altay Bayındır, the Turkish international. It's flicked on, picked up here by Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly plays the ball forward to Doku. Doku goes down under the challenge of Nusa Mesraoui, and no decision given there by Anthony Taylor. It's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United. Red half of Manchester coming off a victory against the Citizens last season. 2-1 here. Let's see whether or not they can pull themselves together and get another victory today. They've had a rather indifferent start to the season. Both sides have really, especially Manchester City, who are languishing down in 15th at the moment with 2 defeats and 1 win. And the ball is in the centre of the park there now. It's played out to Nico O'Reilly. Plays the ball forward, looking for Reiners. Reiners is in an offside position, surely. And the official's flag goes up. And it's a free kick for Manchester United on the edge of their own penalty area. Just outside their own 18-yard box, in fact. And Altay Bayındır is going to launch this one downfield. As Manchester City desperate to turn this poor start into some wins. Champions League coming up for Manchester City, and they have a particularly tricky game at home to Napoli in the Champions League during the week. It's a foul on Dorgu and a free kick for Manchester United on the halfway line. Taken quickly by Manuel Ugarte. He sends it over onto the right-hand side to Nusa Mesraoui. Plays the ball to Mbeumo. Mbeumo tries to go back to Mesraoui. It takes a deflection off Jeremy Doku and goes out of play for a throw into Manchester United. This is level with the City penalty area. And it goes back to Fernandes, who drops the ball back to Mesraoui. He goes all the way back into his own half of the field to Matthijs de Ligt, who gives it back to Bayındır. Bayındır launches it downfield. The header went up there with Rodri. Rodri won that header ahead of Patrick Dorgu. But Manchester United have the ball back now with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes plays the ball over the halfway line. A subliminal ball there, or a sublime ball I should rather say, to Nusa Mesraoui. It's now picked up on the edge of the area. A shot there! A good effort on target by Benjamin Sesko. And Donnarumma forced into an early save here. It just came to the edge of the area to Sesko. Sesko was able to get the turn away. There wasn't a lot of power on it, but it did have Gianluigi Donnarumma scrambling across the face of his goal to make that save. And the ball now has been given away by O'Reilly to Nusa Mesraoui. He gets the cross in and Donnarumma comes out with a fist to clear that ball away. And now here is Bernardo Silva to Erling Haaland. Drops the ball back to Foden. Foden plays it long, looking for the number 11 Jeremy Doku, but it's shielded out of play well by Lenny Yoro, and it just goes behind for a goal kick. As we've seen, possible chances, half chances if you will, at both ends already in this Manchester derby. And already Pep Guardiola is off his seat and looks like he's not happy with something anyway. He's very gesticulating very very much at his assistant there. The ball is headed over into the Manchester City half of the field, and again by Matthijs de Ligt, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And it's picked up by Kasanov, wearing number 45. And he is at centre-back today with Ruben Diaz. Kasanov throws it long, but it's intercepted there by Luke Shaw, and then it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United. Looks like that may have come off Bernardo Silva. And Dorgu now with a throw-in, drops it all the way back to Luke Shaw. And he gets the ball back there off Manuel Ugarte. Back to the goalkeeper, Bayinda. He plays it short there. Ooh, that was a difficult pass there for Matthijs de Ligt, but he gets the ball on well. And now it's out to Brian Mbeumo, but he's not going to be able to catch that. Bruno Fernandes sending that ball out to Brian Mbeumo, but he was never going to be able to get on the end of that ball. And it's going to be a throw-in. And it's Nico O'Reilly that's going to take it. And he's not going to go for a long one, I should think. He's making a decision there. He does decide to go long, but it's comfortably won by Dorgu, who heads the ball onto Sesko. Sesko loses it by trying to bring it down with his chest, and it's cleared away now, looking for Bernardo Silva. Silva turns there on Dorgu, but the referee has given a free kick, or a throw-in, I think. Let's have a look. He's given a throw-in. For a moment, I thought he'd given a free kick against Bernardo Silva. That would have been quite harsh. Luke Shaw now drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, Bayinda. Back to Bayinda. Bayinda nearly loses control of the ball there, and finally throws himself on it. But he nearly lost control of that ball. He did not take that ball very well, and nearly gave it up to Erling Haaland. But he gets away with it there, before finally plunging himself on the ball to ensure that the danger is cut out. And Manchester United, well, they're living dangerously at the moment. Bayinda clears the ball. It wasn't the best clearance either, but picked up by Dorgu, but he gives the ball away. And now here is Bernardo Silva, but it's been given away again, this time to Benjamin Sesko. Sesko tries to slip a ball through to Mbeumo, but it's easily read there. And now Manchester City come forward over the halfway line. It's a long pass out there by Reines, looking for Jeremy Doku, but it's well out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester United. And, well, there's the new backup goalkeeper on the bench. Whether he's going to be a backup or a first choice remains to be seen. Seny Lamens, he's only 22, he's from Belgium, and I believe he was signed from Royal Antwerp, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure Russ will correct me if I am. Here is Mbeumo. Mbeumo tries to play the ball through to Amad Diallo, but really good defending by Ruben Diaz. Just gets that back to Donnarumma, and he clears the ball downfield. And it's now with Luke Shaw in his own half of the field. Luke Shaw drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. Manchester United casually at the moment. And that is Bruno Fernandes. Across to Nusa Mazraoui. Is being put under pressure by Nico O'Reilly. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United for the foul by Nico O'Reilly. 9 minutes gone. Manchester City 0, Manchester United 0. And keep your eye on this this game. The Manchester derbies are often intense. They're often produce a lot of goals. We're going to see whether we're going to see that today or not. Or let's hope we do, because that's what we're all about here at the Commentary Hub. It's the goals. Oh, he's dispossessed there. Bernardo Silva was dispossessed there, and Patrick Dorgu was away, and he's been brought down by Bernardo Silva. You can see here Bernardo Silva was way too careless on the ball, and Dorgu just gets ahead of him, and he was brought down, 2 hands around the waist of the Manchester United winger. Well, that tackle is legal in rugby, but not in football, and it's a free kick in a pretty dangerous position here for Manchester United. Corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Brian Mbuemo is around it. Looks like this one is going to be launched into the penalty area. Yoro's in there, Sesko's in there, Shaw. They're all in there, looking to perhaps get on the end of this. It's a pretty high line by Manchester City. And here is Mbuemo now with a free kick. Ball is swung in, tried to be flicked on there by Dorgu, but it was well read by Kasanov. Finally to Bernardo Silva again. Bernardo Silva delivers a really superb ball out wide there, but it's won back by Manuel Ugarte. And now here is Dallo. Dallo picks up the ball back to Ugarte. Ugarte plays it forward, but that is well read by Josko Gvardiol. And it's Gvardiol again. Over the halfway line to Nico O'Reilly. He's got time and space as O'Reilly. He gives the ball to Doku. Rodri. Quick 1-2 pass back to Rodri. Here is Diaz now for Manchester City. Kasanov. Does that come off Mbuemo last? Looks like no. That came off of Kasanov. And it's going to be a throw in to... Is it going to be a throw into Manchester United? That's where the official flagged. It is. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United. And that throw-in is taken very, very quickly. And it's out wide to Doku as Manchester City win the ball back. Doku. O'Reilly. Gvardiol. Gvardiol. Back to Doku again. Back again to Gvardiol. Patient build-up again by Manchester City. Here's Ruben Diaz. Here's Rodri. Plays the ball forward to O'Reilly. Back to Rodri again. The heartbeat of that midfield, almost a quarterback really in the creation of play for Manchester City. Here is Josko Gvardiol again. Gives the ball back to Rodri, who sends it out wide to the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva. He's got Dorgu in front of him. Silva plays the ball back to Kasanov. Here's Ruben Diaz again. Bernardo Silva lifts the ball over the top, looking for Foden. Laid off nicely there for Reiners. Oh, he was caught between the cross and the between the shot and the pass there. And in the end, he does neither. The ball rolls off Reiners' feet and flies out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. And it's level with their own penalty area. No way Jeremy Doku was going to reach that. And here's Nusa Mazraoui with the throw-in. Oh, flicked on by the number 30 Sesko, but it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Manchester City. Both sides have had an early chance, and both sides at the moment are currently deadlocked, nil apiece, and they're just kind of feeling each other out at this stage. And there is Gvardiol. He goes all the way back to Donnarumma, who's well out of his goal here. Gives the ball to Ruben Diaz. Diaz. Oh, that's really good play there by Foden. Just drops it back to Diaz. And now it's back with Donnarumma, who gives the ball to Gvardiol. Gvardiol lifts the ball forward, looking for Doku. Doku's struggling to bring that ball under control. It's won back, though, by Rodri. And here's Rodri again, and it's going to be a free kick taken quickly by Manchester City. Gvardiol just trying to get the ball away from Nusa Mazraoui, but Mazraoui has won the ball back. And here's Diallo now for Manchester United. To Ugarte. Ugarte tries to play the ball forward, looking for Nusa Mazraoui, but there was a bit too much on that. And Donnarumma just comes out and claims that ball. It's now with Gvardiol. Picked up by Foden. Foden drops the ball back. And here's Doku. Oh, Doku just laid the ball off for Rodri, but Rodri was challenged there and the ball goes out of play. So thank you, Russ. Apparently I was right. Sene Lamens was purchased from Royal Antwerp. It might be interesting to see if he can break his way into the first choice position. Neither of the goalkeepers that have been at Old Trafford have been exactly solid, and the ball is played forward now, looking for Erling Haaland. Coming out to meet it is Altay Bayindir, who clears the ball out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. Onana is already gone to Fenerbahce on loan. As we take a look, that was a really good play by Foden, but it was a foul definitely by Matthijs de Ligt, but the referee wanted to see if an advantage could be earned by Erling Haaland. Here's Reijers now, tries to lift the ball forward. He's still trying to win the ball back now off Lenny Yoro, who's just nipped in and won that. Yoro plays the ball forward, it's chested down comfortably by Gvardiol. Here's Ruben Diaz. Diaz back to Gvardiol. Here's Rodri. Oh, careless play by Rodri. So unlike him. Now Manchester United are coming forward with Bruno Fernandes. Out wide to Dorgu. Dorgu tries to swing the cross into Diallo, who tried the bicycle kick. It didn't quite work out. And Manchester City can maybe get the ball away now. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Leaves the ball for Doku. Doku tries to turn Nusa Mazraoui, but Mazraoui tripped him up there, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City. And that was nearly a sparkling goal by Amad Diallo. He tried the bicycle kick. If he'd have connected with that, and that would have gone in, that would have been one of the great goals of the season. But he just didn't time it right, and those particular type of volleys are very difficult to get right. And I remember a good number of years ago, back in the 1989-90 season, Mark Hughes scoring a similar goal to this when Manchester United were defeated 5-1 at Main Road. And now here's Bernardo Silva going to the byline, cuts back. It's now with Kasanov. Kasanov plays the ball forward to Doku. Doku skipping into the penalty area. Oh, great play by Doku. Pulls the cross in. The header is in there! And that's in by Phil Foden! And Manchester City take the lead. But it cannot be mentioned enough, the fantastic play by Jeremy Doku, skipping inside three Manchester United players into the penalty area. And his cross found the head of Phil Foden into the bottom right-hand corner. And, well, Manchester City take the one-goal lead at home in the Manchester derby. Oh, it was a super finish. And, well, I'd just like to see that play again by Jeremy Doku. It was a super bit of play. The pass was played through to Doku. Doku had three Manchester United players around him, skipped inside a fourth, in fact. The first cross was blocked, the second one was good, right onto the head of Phil Foden. And Manchester City take the one-goal lead. And Bayindir, well, I think he was pretty much out of position here, Bayindir. He was far to the other side of the goal when the cross came in. And it was an easy header, if you like, just to divert it to the other side of the goal. Bayindir never getting there. And it's 1-0 to Manchester City. And Phil Foden celebrates the goal. Well, it's cleared downfield to the number 23, Luke Shaw, but Manchester United now coming forward with Amad Diallo. Diallo just tried to skip away there from Foden, and the referee has penalised Phil Foden here. And Reijers has told him to calm down. You don't want to get yourself into any trouble now. And Bruno Fernandes deliberately bumping into him. But Phil Foden is just perhaps a little excited at the moment. The ball is cleared forward, but it's only as far as Ugarte, and Ugarte plays the ball out of play behind Amad Diallo there. So Manchester United, they look a little rattled by this early goal by Phil Foden. And a throw into Manchester City here. Kasanov takes it, but that's a brilliant turn by Erling Haaland, and City storming forward again into the penalty area. Erling Haaland, he tries to get the cross and it's blocked, and Luke Shaw tries to clear the ball away, and it bounces off Jeremy Doku and goes out of play for a Manchester United throw-in, level with their own penalty area. And well, you can see that Manchester City at the moment have got the bit between their teeth. They are in a strong position at the moment, and what can Manchester United do about this? It's Luke Shaw now with the throw-in, and he's going to go for a longer throw-in, looking for Benjamin Sesko. That's won back by Rodri. He had no business winning that, really. That should have been Sesko's ball. Here's Bernardo Silva, tries to cut inside, but he's blocked out of play, and Patrick Dorgu attempted to play that ball. In the end, he only sends it out of play. And the rain coming down in Manchester. And a throw-in for Abdulkadir Kasanov. And he's midway inside the Manchester United half of the field to the right-hand side. He attempts to throw the ball towards Bernardo Silva. He was never going to get there. Luke Shaw puts the ball out of play. Another throw into Manchester City, this time level with the Manchester United penalty area. And it's Abdulkadir Kasanov again. Is he going to go shorter this time? Indeed he does, to Rodri. Rodri chests the ball down. He's got the ball back again there as Rodri. Here's Foden, trying to skip away from Patrick Dorgu, but that's a good challenge by Dorgu, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be another throw into Manchester City. About six, well, it's level with the 6-yard box. And it's going to be Abdulkadir Kasanov again. Is he going to go for a long throw this time? He does get some distance on it. Haaland brings the ball down really well. Tries to turn the defender, but that's good work by Matthijs de Ligt. Gets his foot in on there, puts the ball behind for a corner to Manchester City. And it's going to be outswung, this one, I think. I think it's going to be Phil Foden that's going to go over to take it. It's a bit difficult to see on this screen, actually, but I think it is Phil Foden. And he is going to outswing this one. Haaland talking with Rodri and Diaz. It's actually an in-swinger, and the heads go up. It just cleared away outside the penalty area by Sesko. It's got some distance on that, and Bernardo Silva goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Donnarumma, as Manchester City will start again. Donnarumma clears the ball long, looking for Foden. It's picked up by Bernardo Silva. Silva drops the ball back to Kasanov. Kasanov holds the ball up, goes back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma releases that ball. As you can see on your screen there, Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. The scorer was Foden on 18 minutes. A delightful build-up as Rodri plays the ball out to the left-hand side to Nico O'Reilly. He's got Mazraoui in front of him. He sets off Jeremy Doku on the way. Doku cuts into the penalty area, pulls it back there. Oh, and that's right at Altay Bayindir. The shot there from Reiners. As you can see here, it was just pulled back by Doku. I don't think Reiners was really expecting it, but he got it. He did get the shot away, but it was right at Altay Bayindir. And it was a comfortable save, although he dropped, well, I say it wasn't a comfortable save, really. He dropped it. He had to scramble to jump on top of it. Ball is picked up at the back now for Josko Gvardiol, and Gvardiol has just got his foot on the ball. Manchester City in complete control of this game right now. Here is Rodri. Drops the ball back to Diaz. Diaz is holding the ball up inside the centre circle. Across to Rodri again. Rodri plays the ball forward to Doku, and Manchester City now, they're just toying with Manchester United at the moment, just playing the ball around, keeping possession, making Manchester United do all the work. Here's Doku. Nice ball to Nico O'Reilly. Back to Gvardiol. And here's Kasanov. Picked up by Bernardo Silva. Silva is under pressure here from Dorgu. He's maintaining possession though, is Silva, and he drops the ball right back to Ruben Diaz, who goes back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. The ball is cleared downfield by Donnarumma. Header won by Bruno Fernandes, but the ball has been won back by Erling Haaland, and it's 4-on-3 if City hurry here, an odd man rush. It's out to Bernardo Silva, back to Haaland. He's not able to control the ball. I don't think Haaland was expecting that ball back. It was a 4-on-3 odd man rush there, but you can see the ball across from Bernardo Silva if you're watching this game. He wasn't expecting the ball back, and I'm quite surprised that Bernardo Silva didn't have a go at goal here. He pulled the ball back instead, turned out to be a mistake. And here's Diaz. Down to Kasanov. Kasanov plays the ball forward to Bernardo Silva, who is followed by Dorgu. And Bernardo Silva runs the ball out of play. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United, midway inside their own half of the field. See Pep Guardiola there just sending some instructions out to his team. 1-0 the scores. Earlier on today, Burnley slipped up. A late penalty, rather a silly penalty given away, it has to be said. Cost them a vital point against Liverpool. Here is Foden. Long ball over the top to Doku, and Doku could not bring that ball under control. It goes out of play for a Manchester United throw-in over on the Manchester United right. And it's midway inside their own half of the field. Foden holding the ball up. Foden, the goal scorer there. The throw-in long by Mazraoui. It's picked up anyway by Foden. Loose ball. Foden is dispossessed there by Bruno Fernandes, who tried to get Mbeumo away. But that was blocked and knocked out of play, and it's going to be another throw-in for Manchester United. 3 attempts on goal, 1 for Manchester United, and 3 for Manchester City. It's really poor on the long run for Manchester United, but here comes Mbeumo. It's 3-on-3. Mbeumo gets the cross in, and it's headed out of play there by Diaz. But just for a moment, Manchester United trying to create something. So far for them, it appears to really be the final ball. Here's Luke Shaw. Drops the ball back to the halfway line. Fernandes. Ahmad. Back to Ugarte. Ugarte sends the ball back into his own half. It's played forward by Yoro. Out to Nusa Mazraoui. Mazraoui holds the ball up. Oh, it's a poor ball by Mazraoui. And now Manchester City can break. And it's the number 16, Rodri. Oh, he's dispossessed that time. So the long ball over the top. And all of a sudden, Mbeumo is in. Real chance. Oh, he balloons the ball over the crossbar. And I think he may have been in an offside position anyway. But the ball over the top. Let's just take a look. It was really smart thinking this by Manuel Ugarte. Yes, I think he just strayed off. But it was a chance. He wouldn't have known that. And he blazed that ball over the crossbar and wide. In fact, so that's poor finishing, really. And it's a free kick, in fact, to Manchester City, which is taken quickly by Rodri. And drop back there to Kasanov. Ball played back to Rodri, does well to keep possession there. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Across to Doku on the left-hand side, over the halfway line. Doku sends it back to Rodri. Here's O'Reilly. Back to Doku, just trying to turn away from Mazraoui. Good ball down the halfway line to Kasanov. Kasanov has got Silva alongside him. And also, he also had the number 4 there as well. Reines decided not to make that pass. back with Nico O'Reilly now. Manchester City not surrendering possession here. Kasanov played forward, really kind of played in a bit of trouble there. But Manchester City maintained possession with Foden. And they've given the ball away now, but it's won back well there by Ruben Diaz. That's really good play there. The ball goes out of play for a throw-in. Interesting stat for all you statisticians out there. Only Sergio Aguero has scored more Premier League goals in the Manchester derby than Phil Foden. Aguero has 8, Foden has 7. So in the context of time, that record will be passed, of course. And it's a throw into Manchester City now for Kasanov. It wasn't the best throw-in. In fact, it was thrown straight out of play. Ball is a bit wet with the rain, perhaps. He hasn't dried the ball very well there. He's going to get to have another go at this now. And looking for the options available. Goes for a long one, looking for Haaland, but that's comfortably won by Luke Shaw. He heads it down to Dorgu, who goes back to Lenny Yoro. He goes back to the goalkeeper, Bayinda, whose clearance is just about clears the halfway line. Here's Fernandez, knocks the ball on to Mazraoui. Manchester United breaking forward in numbers now. Here's Brian Mbeumo. Mbeumo drops the ball back there to Fernandez. Back to Mbeumo again. Can he get the cross in? He can. The heads go up as Dorgu tries to head that ball across to Sesko, but it's cleared away. And only as far as Yoro to Luke Shaw. Still 1-0 here. The goal on 18 minutes by Phil Foden. And played forward to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt goes long, and he's able to pick up Nusa Mazraoui. And Bruno Fernandes drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. It's now with Luke Shaw. De Ligt. De Ligt plays the ball forward, and here's Mazraoui. He's going long, looking for the chasing Benjamin Sesko. He controlled that with his hand. Sesko tried to get the shot in. It was a save by Donnarumma nevertheless, but they're appealing for handball, and it did look like a handball to me as well. Even when I look at that in real play, let's see. Yeah, that's a handball. That's a handball. Let's have a look. Yes, well, he sticks his arm out now. It's above the elbow, so I don't know whether that, these days the rules are very complicated. It's not as simple and as straightforward as it used to be, but I would argue that's a handball. And a free kick has in fact been given. It's Gianluigi Donnarumma that's going to take this. He clears the ball downfield, looking for the header of Erling Haaland. Haaland tries to bring the ball down. It's a good header across by Mazraoui, and Manchester United now have possession, at least for the time being. Here's Manuel Ugarte. The ball is cleared forward by Fernandez to Patrick Dorgu. Just the ball wouldn't come down quick enough for Dorgu, and Kasanov comes across, makes a challenge. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. Got a foul by Kasanov on Dorgu, who was just waiting for that to come down. Shove in the back there on Dorgu. There didn't appear to be a lot in it, but these days it doesn't have to be. It's a free kick to Manchester United on the corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. This is a good opportunity for Bruno Fernandes to swing one in. Almost hit the 34-minute mark here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. This one is going to be swung in. And the referee just organising things, making sure that there isn't anything untoward going on. Bruno Fernandes may even fancy a shot from here. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Certainly not with what he's capable of. But let's see what he does. Fernandes. Oh, he kind of caught between two minds, I think. In the end, the ball just goes straight through to Donnarumma. And now Manchester City can come forward. Foul there on the number 16, Rodri. Gives a free kick to Manchester City, midway inside their own half of the field. Rodri is now with Diaz. Gvardiol plays the ball forward to Doku. Doku just brings the ball under control, gives it to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly just checking back to Rodri. And back to Diaz. Quick 1-2 with Rodri. Plays the ball over the halfway line to Foden. Foden tried to play the ball back to Rodri, but it would dispossess. And now Manchester United can come forward. Oh, Manuel Ugarte tried to play the ball through there to Brian Mbeumo, but Mbeumo had checked the other way. And that ball now is just going to roll back through to Donnarumma, and he releases it to Diaz. Diaz plays the ball to Reijers. Reijers takes the ball all the way to the byline, gets that ball forward, and it's cleared away back into the Manchester United half of the field. And it's Lenny Yoro. Goes back to the goalkeeper. And here's Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw plays the ball forward, bringing this one under control is Sesko, but that is really good defending that time by Ruben Diaz. Just made sure the Slovenian did not get past him there, and it's cleared forward by Rodri, only as far as Lenny Yoro. Here's Nusa Mazraoui. Mazraoui drops the ball back towards his own penalty area, and now here's Dorgu. Dorgu drops the ball back there to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw goes long. Oh, it's a good long ball over the top to Mazraoui. Mazraoui, oh, he's not able to get past Nico O'Reilly. And O'Reilly gives the ball to Jeremy Doku. And once again, Doku is racing down that field. The pass there by Doku was intercepted by Ugarte, but they've given the ball away again, Manchester United. And the pass there from Rodri was really not the best. It went straight to Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw was able to clear the ball. And now here's Brian Mbeumo. And Mbeumo tries to skip past Nico O'Reilly. He's claiming a foul. The referee says nothing. It's a throw into City, and it's taken quickly, just inside their own half of the field. On the Manchester City left. Here is Rodri again. Rodri holds the ball up. O'Reilly. Doku. Diaz. Diaz tries to play the ball forward to Haaland. Haaland just touches the ball on for Foden. That's really good play by Erling Haaland. Here's Reijers. Ball is out wide there to Bernardo Silva. Drops the ball back to Kasanov. Kasanov. Picked up here by Diaz. Doku. Out wide to Nico O'Reilly. Long ball over there to Bernardo Silva, right to his feet. That was a beautiful ball. And Bernardo Silva tries to get away from Dorgu, but Dorgu has really had Bernardo Silva's number in this first half. It's a throw into Manchester City. Bernardo Silva goes long to Haaland. Just getting his foot on it was Lenny Yoro and getting the ball away. Picked up by Josko Gvardiol. There is 6.5 minutes to the half-time break here. It's Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. And they are currently really in control of this game. Reijers out wide to Jeremy Doku. Doku just holds the ball up. He's got Mazraoui in front of him. And it's back with Rodri. Rodri just drops the ball there to Doku. Doku. Oh, Reijers just nips in and wins that ball back. He gets it back. He gets the pass back to Reijers. Tries to play the ball through to O'Reilly, who turns and gets a shot away. It's over the crossbar and out of play for a goal kick. But it was good work by Reijers. Well, if O'Reilly had known that the through ball was on to Haaland, if he'd have dummied that, that could have completely outfoxed the Manchester United defence. Still 1-0. Cleared downfield by outside by Inda, but it goes out of play. Throw in to Manchester City, and it's Kasanov. Goes across there to Rodri, goes back to Gavardiol. Gavardio's clearance only finds Manuel Ugarte in the centre circle. And here is the number 15, Lenny Yoro. Yoro, just over the halfway line, he holds it up. Back to Ugarte again. Just checks back there, does the number 4, Mateus de Ligt. Tries to find Nusa Mesraoui again, and he wins the ball ahead of O'Reilly this time. But O'Reilly gets some help at the back by Rodri, who clears the ball forward to Bernardo Silva. Silva heads the ball back to Diaz, who clears the ball downfield. Here's Bernardo Silva again. He's under pressure by 2 Manchester United players. He's been dispossessed. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes plays it down the line, looking for Ahmad, but that's comfortably won back by Kasanov. And now Manchester City are on the way over the halfway line. It's Jeremy Doku from the pass from Foden, but it's way too far ahead of Doku. He definitely is not going to reach that ball. So it's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United, midway inside their own half of the field. And it's Nusa Mesraoui. Mesraoui able to find Brian Mbuemo. And Ugarte. Just a quick back heel to Sesko, but Ugarte has it. Sesko again. That's a good ball out wide there to Mesraoui. Mesraoui trying to play the ball into Ahmad. It's brought down well by Ahmad. And he keeps possession of the ball as he's waiting for some help in that penalty area. Gives the ball back to Mesraoui, back to Ugarte. It's now with Luke Shaw. Let's see if Manchester United can create anything here. Bruno Fernandes. Good ball out wide to Dorgu. Back to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw gets the cross in, but only onto the head of Nico O'Reilly. He gets some real distance on that O'Reilly. Almost all the way to the halfway line. But it's back with Ahmed now. Does a quick 1-2 with Mesraoui. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Tries to play the ball through to Mesraoui, but Jeremy Doku just got in the way of that and was fouled. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City inside their own penalty area. Well, 3 minutes to go till the break. I don't envision there to be too much stoppage time. As I just look at that, fantastic play again by Jeremy Doku. Just left 4 Manchester United defenders standing before Foden just heads that past the goalkeeper. That was an absolute quality finish. And Manchester City can celebrate. They have the bragging rights so far in this derby. As the fans embrace their hero. Here's Doku. Doku over by the corner flag. Tries to turn away there, but Mesraoui wins that back. And it's almost cleared away by Manchester United. But here is City. They've still got the ball. Here's Bernardo Silva now down the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva checks inside. Finds Reiners. Reiners again. It's Foden. And it's picked up by Rodri. Rodri just holds the ball up, back to Kasanov. Kasanov drops the ball back into his own half of the field to Diaz. Diaz goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And Donnarumma clears the ball downfield. It's headed on there by Nusa Mesraoui, picked up by Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's a super ball by Fernandes, out to Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu tries to get the cross in, but Kasanov gets his chest in the way. And it goes behind for a corner ball to Manchester United. Well, by my reckoning, it's the first corner for Manchester United in this game, and it's going to be swung in, I think, by Bruno Fernandes, who usually takes them down that side. We're inside the last minute of the half. Bruno Fernandes now will swing this one in. And now the referee has blown up for some reason. What is he? Anthony Taylor. What has he done now? And Anthony Taylor's gone in to talk to Luke Shaw and Kasanov, and they're both being read the riot act by Anthony Taylor. Bit of 6-1 there. There's not really much going on there. Let's just get on with it. Still waiting for Anthony Taylor to allow this corner to be taken. Finally, it is taken by Fernandez. The heads go up, but so does Donnaruma's fist, and he gets some real purchase on that. As far as Nusa Mazraoui now, midway inside the Manchester City half of the field. His long ball finds Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu goes down under the challenge of Josko Gvardiol, as we have 1 minute stoppage time at the end of this first half. Yes, he's being held there, but he also takes a dive, does Dorgu. It's not the first time we've seen him do that either, but it's a free kick to Manchester United. It's almost level with the corner flag, so one to be curled into the box perhaps. We'll have to get a move on. There's only about 15 seconds left of first half stoppage time. But it's going to be swung in by Nusa Mazraoui. Dorgu's in there, Sesko's in there, Shaw, Delict, Yoro. It's going to be curled in here, headed away by Erling Haaland, and only as far as Nusa Mazraoui. And that's it, that's half time. Well, the goal on 18 minutes by Phil Foden is the difference. Manchester United haven't created much apart from one shot outside the 18-yard box. City have had a couple of opportunities but have not been able to increase their lead. Half-time in the Manchester derby at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you very much there to Paul. James will be back with us in plenty of time for the start of the second half for the game between Manchester City and Manchester United. As you can see going across the bottom of your screens, all the Premier League scores, and we'll go through the scores from the Premier League and the other leagues in just a second or two. So we'll take off, we can see the scores as we'll just review this. First off, fantastic goal from Phil Foden. City have had plenty of chances, Man United have had chances as well. With Foden's the goal, that's the difference between the two sides as we see the scoreline of Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0 at half-time in the Premier League. We're back with Paul in plenty of time for the start of the second half. Let's just take a quick look then up and down the country of the scores in the Premier League and other leagues for you as we go there. Here is the Premier League scores as we can go through them now for you. It is full-time scores of Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth 2, Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 0, Sunderland 0, Everton 0, Aston Villa 0, Fulham 1, Leeds United 0, Newcastle United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, West Ham United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, earlier on today Burnley 0, Liverpool 1, and in our match that we're bringing you right now at half time, it is Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Let's take a look then at the Championship. Starting off with the scores. If from Friday night, Ipswich Town 5, Sheffield United 0, Charlton Athletic 1, Millwall 1, Oxford United 2, Leicester City 2, Preston North End 2, Middlesbrough 2, Coventry City 1, Norwich City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 3. Continuing in the Championship, Stoke City 1, Birmingham City 0, Swansea City 2, Hull City 2, Watford 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, Derby County 1, Wrexham 1, Queen's Park Rangers 3, and in the South Coast Derby, Southampton 0, Portsmouth 0. Into League 1, and the scores are as followed. Bradford City 3, Huddersfield Town 1, Northampton Town 1, Blackpool 0, FC Wimbledon 2, Rotherham United 1, Barnsley 3, Reading 2, Burton Albion 0, Lincoln City 1, Exeter City 0, Port Vale 2 in League 1. Continuing into League 1, and the scores there are Leyton Orient 1, Bolton Wanderers 1, Luton Town 2, Plymouth Argyle 3, Mansfield Town 1, Stevenage 1, Peterborough United 2, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Stockport County 1, Cardiff City 1, Wigan Athletic 3, Doncaster Rovers 0. Going into League 2 for you then. Accrington Stanley 1, Colchester United 0, Crawley Town 2, Cheltenham Town 0, Bristol Rovers 2, Barrow 1, Chesterfield 1, Milton Keynes Dons 1, Crewe Alexandra 1, Barnet 2, Fleetwood 1, Walsall 1. And then the final fixtures in League 2 for you. Gillingham 1, Notts County 0, Grimsby Town 1, Cambridge United 1, Oldham Athletic 1, Bromley 0, Shrewsbury Town 1, Salford City 3, Swindon Town 3, Harrogate Town 1, Tranmere Rovers 1, Newport County 1 is the scores there as we bring you the scores on the doors throughout all the divisions this afternoon as we get ready for the second half. Very, very shortly, we'll be back with us very, very soon for the second half. We're just going to take a quick break, but we will return with the second half action as Manchester City lead here by a goal to 0 against Manchester United thanks to Phil Foden's goal on 18 minutes. Welcome back to the Etihad Stadium, where you can see on the screen there Manchester City lead by a goal to nil against Manchester United. Phil Foden with the goal. On 18 minutes of difference between the two sides as we watch this game. Today we're still into half time, getting ready for the second half very, very shortly. We have got our match commentator Paul James back with us. And Paul, what did you make to that first half? Because Manchester United did have some chances, but City took their chance and had some more. We could be more than 1-0 up at the moment.
Yeah, Manchester City are in control of this game right now. Manchester United, at the moment, they look, how can I put this, fractured a little bit, especially when they got into the final third of the field. Sesko has been isolated. The chances that Manchester United have had was resorted to one long-range effort, which Donnarumma got across to save. I think it took a brilliant bit of play by Doku to break down what Manchester United had set up there, and that was worthy of the goal. But I mean, for Manchester United, I think it's just the same thing for Manchester United that we see week in and week out, like all of the time. There's just, this is a Manchester derby. Where's the passion? You know, where is it? Where is the passion from Manchester United? Why doesn't this mean anything to them?
Yeah, I get what you mean, because you'd have thought someone like, said Bruno Fernandes was the captain, or Aaron Maguire was playing these plenty of times over the years, would have gone to the players in the dressing room before the game and spoke about what it means to not just to the players themselves, but to the supporters of Manchester United, again against the better rivals. Because with the scoreline as it is right now, those Manchester United fans will not be very happy at all with the team's performance out there, Paul.
Well, no, and the other thing is I can't say that City have been brilliant. There was one bit of brilliant play that's where the goal come from, Doku, but they haven't been great. As a whole, collectively, throughout that first half, they've been in control of the game, but they've not been great. They've not needed to be. But the fact of the matter is, I do feel sorry for Manchester United fans right now. I have a large degree of sympathy for them. Because look, you're a Leeds fan. I know you don't like Manchester United. I'm not a big fan of them myself, but I have to say this: they're one of the biggest clubs in the world, and it doesn't do seeing players who are not proud to wear that jersey, having an ownership that's dismantling this club right now from top to bottom. They are absolutely dismantling that club from top to bottom right now. The owners are. It's leaving a stain on not just on Manchester United, but on English football as a whole. Because you have to remember that Manchester United are probably the biggest club in England, probably. So, you know, having them being treated this way is not good for English football either. It's not a good sign.
Well, what I will say is, you know, I don't like it, but what I will say, Paul, and I don't know whether you agree, I don't think Manchester United have been the same, in my opinion, since Sir Alex Ferguson's left. They've had mismanagement in the dugout with the managers they've chosen. He's now got upstairs with the owners as well, with the Glazers, and then Jim Ratcliffe. So it's not just one particular person like the managers or the players. It's a collective issue. Some of the players have gone past the sell-by date to Manchester United now. Bruno Fernandes, potentially, maybe Luke Shaw getting on a bit now. Maybe those kind of players need to move on and fetch others in from the youth academy or buy younger players in to help out. I don't think they've been the great side since Sir Alex Ferguson's left.
No, but wait a minute. The Glaziers were in place when Ferguson was still the manager, and they were already. You could already see the crumblings then. I think this actually started during the latter end of Alex Ferguson's time at Manchester United. I think this started at Manchester United when those Glaziers came in. That's when the poisonous seed was planted. When the Glaziers came in at Manchester United, that is when it's happened, in my opinion.
Another thing, also, Paul, another thing in my opinion, why I don't think he's out is the Glazers letting, and I'm not blaming they, as owners, they should be the ones looking at who they want in, rather than saying to Alex Ferguson, "You'll be the next manager," because it's like trying to continue with the same way, where if they may want to look at a different route with a different manager and a different style of play, which may suit the players a bit more. Whereas Alex Ferguson got someone who was similar to his kind of footballing when he was David Moyes at Manchester United, when Ferguson left and Moyes came in. I don't think that's helped.
Well,
I
don't know if it's the managers. We've seen this with time and time again at Manchester United. It's like England. England have had all these great managers down the years, but they've not been able to connect the players and get them playing as well as they do in the Premier League or or for their respective clubs. It's the same with the current England team. For Manchester United, they have got these managers coming and going, changing manager, hammer him out. Some of them are already saying that, hammer him out. You know, Ten Hag out, this person out, that person out, and then the cycle starts again. And it's not a healthy cycle to be in for the running of any football club. And at the moment, they're just a mess at Manchester United. They're a mess.
Yeah, sometimes, Paul, and I know some Leeds fans at the moment won't fork out, and I don't understand why with the teams that we've played in his first 4 or 5 games in the Premier League. But sometimes it's not the manager who's the fault, it's the personnel they can choose from, where they need better options to choose from to fit into the system, to fit into the way they play. Because you look at Amram, he was one of the best coaches when he joined Manchester United, from his time at Sporting. You saw that with Ten Hag when he came in, he was a good manager before he went to Manchester United. It seems, and I'm not just blaming the managers, because like I mentioned, it's the players as well. It seems some managers, and I don't know what could take, but some managers don't seem to fit Manchester United, in my opinion, and I'm not sure whether Amarim's style and philosophy fits the Manchester United ethos and what Manchester United fans want to see from the Manchester United side.
Well, that remains to be seen, of course.
It does.
Right.
Manchester United players are back out, just waiting the return of Manchester City players back out, Paul. Just a quick final one. If he remains 1-0 set to the 50th, 55, 60 minute mark, do you see Manchester United going to the bench at all? Or
they don't have much attacking options on the bench, Ross. They have Xerxes, but I'm just pulling up their substitutes now. They have Xerxes. Kobe Mainu can perhaps is perhaps useful, but outside of that, who have they got that's potentially an attacking player that's going to maybe get you a goal, apart from maybe Xerxes or Mainu? I mean, there's Casemiro there, but his form hasn't been the best.
No, and that's why I know he wasn't well liked by Manchester United fans, but I'm surprised they're oiling down and then got enough backup options in the striking positions at the moment. But that's that question is for another day. Yeah. As the teams are back out now, Manchester United just have merged now. So that's two as the referee. So we're about to get this game back underway very shortly. So time for me to turn back over to Paul James for commentary of the second half. Paul, the floor is yours.
Thank you, my friend. And the second half is about to get underway with Manchester United attacking the goal to our right. Is going to get the game underway. Brian Mbeumo is just standing over the ball. We're waiting for Anthony Taylor's whistle, which will come eventually, I hope, as he sat there talking to Phil Foden. And it looks like there is a problem with the official on this near side, the linesman on this near side. Bit of a problem with their audio equipment. But we've got the game underway, the second half underway now, and it's gone all the way back to Altay Bayindir. Bayindir clears the ball downfield, and it goes out of play from the header there. It's going to be another throw into Manchester United, right on the halfway line. Manchester United are going to have to start as they mean to go on in this second half if they want to get back into this Manchester derby. And they've just stolen a good 10 yards there with that throw-in. Ugarte heads the ball onwards towards Dorgu. It's cleared away by Rodri, only as far as Doku. Rodri picks up the ball again. He drops it back there to Diaz. Diaz goes long and chasing this ball now. Down the left-hand side is the number 4, Reiners, but that's good defending by Lenny Yoro. And the ball is played forward now to the number 19, Brian Mbuemo. Mbuemo drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. It's now out wide to Nusa Mezraoui. Mezraoui breaking forward now for Manchester United. Across to Diallo. Here's a chance now for Dorgu. Dorgu gets a cross in, but it's blocked. And a good piece of defending. I think that came off Diaz last and went behind for a corner. Manchester United starting well at the start of the second half. Have got a corner on this left-hand side. Good piece of defending by Diaz. As he lines up and organises the defence. Manchester United have 8 players in that penalty area now. Sesko, Ugarte, Shaw, amongst others. As it's going to be swung into the 6-yard box. It's headed out there by Haaland, only as far as Diallo. Diallo gives the ball back. Fernandes is going to swing it in again. It's a poor cross this time by Fernandes. Cleared out by Erling Haaland. Only as far as Diallo again. Manchester United putting some early pressure on City at the start of this second half. This is quite possibly the longest they've had possession of the ball in the entire game. Here's Dorgu, gets a cross in. Haaland once again doing a sterling work defensively. And here's Kasanov. Kasanov gives the ball away to Dorgu. And it's touched on there by Diallo. The cross coming into the back post to Mbuemo. Brian Mbuemo is bringing that ball under control. Lays it off to Nusa Mezraoui. Mezraoui back to Mbuemo. Played on by Fernandes to Mezraoui. Mezraoui goes on his backside but manages to get the ball to Mbuemo. He launches the ball in. It's headed out again by guess who? Yes, Erling Haaland. He is apart from being a fantastic striker, he may well be an outstanding centre-back as well. He's defended very, very well in that passage of play by Manchester United. Ball is long over the top, looking for Mbuemo again. He brings this ball down very, very well, down the right-hand side. Mbuemo, he's got Mezraoui overlapping. Finally tries to find Mezraoui. There's a bit too much pace on that ball, and it goes behind for a goal kick as Mezraoui is down, clutching his face. Looks like he's picked up a knock there. Josko Gvardiol just checking in on him. Let's take a look. Looks like he caught the bottom of the elbow of Josko Gvardiol as he was going down there. Mezraoui slipped there and he caught the bottom of the elbow. Quite by accident. He's on his feet now. Quick shake of the head. Haaland receiving some instructions. Really, an injury like that should probably be checked out for the physio for the concussion protocols, but Mezraoui seems to be okay. It's going to be a goal kick for Manchester City. At 4 minutes at the start of this second half, and it's all been Manchester United at the start of this second half. It's cleared downfield, looking for Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt just holds the ball up and he just turns away from Jeremy Doku and gives the ball to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw just drops the ball back here to De Ligt. It gives the ball to Lenny Yoro. Yoro holds the ball up. Quick pass there with Manuel Ugarte. Manchester United just focusing on possession right now. Fernandes to Mezraoui. Mezraoui back to Bruno Fernandes. That's a really good ball to Brian Mbuemo. Overlapping there is Patrick Dorgu. And United breaking forward in numbers. Here's Dorgu. Cuts into the penalty area. His pass was missed there by Diallo, but it's picked up by Fernandes. Back to Dorgu. Can he turn here? No, he's blocked out of the play and the ball is cleared by Diaz. And it goes all the way into the Manchester United half and it's picked up by Matthijs de Ligt. And it's a long ball by Lenny Yoro over onto the far side. That's a really good pass. And that's picked up by Luke Shaw. Shaw does a quick 1-2 with Dorgu. He's back with Fernandes. Fernandes tries to lift the ball forward, but nobody running after that one. Nobody read that pass at all. And it just goes behind for a goal kick as a rueful shake of the head by Ruben Amorim. as he's conversing with his assistant. It's going to be a goal kick now. And it looks like Josko Gvardiol is over this one rather than Donnarumma. Let's see if he's going to play the usual short one. Indeed he does, to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly plays the ball forward, looking for Erling Haaland, but that's way away from the big Norwegian and goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. And it's going to be taken by the number 3, Nusa Mesraoui. Mesraoui just holds the ball up and he tries to throw it to Bryan Mbeumo, but it just rolls off the feet of Bryan Mbeumo and goes out of play. Sloppy play by the Cameroonian there. And now it's a throw into Manchester City, which Nico O'Reilly will take it midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. And knocked out of play this time by Nusa Mesraoui, as Nico O'Reilly was looking to break away there. Throw in again, taken by O'Reilly, gets a quick 1-2 there off Phil Foden. Back to Foden, that's a good play to Doku. Doku plays the ball through to Haaland, can he get there? He can! And it's 2-0! Erling Haaland, well, despite Manchester United's start in the second half, it's Manchester City through Erling Haaland that gets the second goal in this game. And it's 2-0. And that, again, was really good play by Manchester City, leading up to that finish by Erling Haaland. 52 minutes gone. It's 2-0 to the Citizens. And Erling Haaland, well, he looks very happy with that, doesn't he? Let's take a look at the throw-in again. Starting with the throw-in from Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly played it back to Foden. Foden to Doku. Doku, the provider again. Slide rule pass through to Erling Haaland, who got away from Luke Shaw with ease. And it was just lifted over Altay Bayindir and into the net. And that is Erling Haaland at his very best. No chance really for Bayindir on that one. And it's 2-0. And Pep Guardiola looks absolutely delighted with himself. And Manchester City celebrating. You wonder whether there's more goals coming with this City side, the way that they play. And you can see the look on Ruben Amorim's face, a shake of the head. I just see the look of defeat and the haunted look on this man's face, week in and week out at the moment. I feel so sorry for him. I really do. Here is Rodri. Rodri plays it back there to Diaz. And Diaz clears the ball forward. He's bouncing around there. It's finally just won back by Manuel Ugarte. But that pass from Ugarte, looking for Luke Shaw, goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City. As Haaland organises his ponytail, goes back to the goalkeeper Donnarumma. Donnarumma just clears the ball to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, oh, that would have been a really good pass there from O'Reilly, but a good interception there by Lenny Yoro, and now it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, and it's cleared away by Bayindir. They've given the ball away again, Manchester United, and now here's Haaland again. It may get worse. It will get worse. Oh, it does not get worse. Well, it hits the post. How did Haaland miss from there? Oh, my goodness me. He'd done all the hard work. He had an entire empty net to aim for from 4 yards out, and he manages to hit the post. Oh, that is incredible. It started with Manchester United melting once again. Jeremy Doku played the pass through. Great dummy by Reiners. He went round the goalkeeper, did Haaland. Now, he was stretching a little bit, but by his standards, that is meat and drink for him. But he manages to hit the post, the inside of the post, albeit. And Manchester United scrambling at the back, and well, you see the look on Pep's face. He drops to his knees. He can't believe it. He's in shock. You'd have bet your house on that. But yes, he hits the post. Reiner sees the funny side of it, but I'm not sure that Haaland does. Russ said he thought it was in. I thought it was in as well, Russ, to be honest. And it's a free kick now to Manchester United. And it's with Lenny Yoro. Yoro holds the ball up. And it's played to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes to Nusa Mesraoui. And here's Mbeumo. Mbeumo's got the run on from Nusa Mesraoui here. Mesraoui checks inside, back to Mbeumo. And now it's Fernandes with a cross into the penalty area. It's a poor one, really. And hooked away there. And now Manchester City have Jeremy Doku, who's just created both goals today, would have created the third for Haaland. Here goes Haaland again. Good challenge that time by Luke Shaw. And good job he got it right. Because if he'd have not got that right, he would have been off. And that was a really fine challenge by Luke Shaw. Manchester United breaking forward now. It's by Ahmad out wide there onto the far side to Dorgu. Dorgu checks inside, drops the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes tries to lift the ball through to Mesraoui, but again, it's really poor by Fernandes. Here is Doku. The ball is played long looking for Erling Haaland, but Haaland is not going to read that. And it goes straight through to the goalkeeper, Bayinda. Well, that is incredible. I still can't get over that miss by Haaland. Here is Ahmad. Ahmad to Fernandes. Good ball to Mbeumo that time. Mbeumo has got Nusa Mesraoui overlapping down the right-hand side. Can he get the cross in, Mesraoui? He can, but it's headed out by Diaz. Only as far as Foden. Foden tries to play that ball to Doku. He's not able to bring it under control, Doku. It's Mesraoui. Gives the ball to Mbeumo. Mbeumo is dispossessed now. And Manchester City win the ball back, and a late challenge there on Reines. He's down. Picked up a bit of a knock there. He's on his feet now, the Dutchman. As Manchester City, as we take a look again at Nico O'Reilly's brilliant play. This slide rule pass to Doku and the finish by Erling Haaland is absolutely fantastic. It really is. But 2-0, the next goal could either bring Manchester United back into this game or essentially kill the game off. Here's Doku. And he has the ball here on the halfway line. Dropped it back there to Rodri. Across there to Diaz. Diaz plays the ball forward to Reines. Goes back there to Kasanov. And it's now back to the goalkeeper, Donnarumma. Nodded on by O'Reilly. O'Reilly gets the ball back again off Foden. Here goes Foden again. And that's a good challenge that time. Cutting across and making the challenge was Manuel Ugarte in the midfield. Mostly City have bypassed Manchester United's midfield today, but that was good work by Manuel Ugarte. As we're approaching the hour mark, no sign of any changes from Ruben Amorim as of yet. Gvardiol goes back to the goalkeeper. And Diaz now tries to give the ball to Kasanov, but that is a poor ball by Diaz. Kasanov not getting to that one. And now Manchester United have a throw-in level with the Manchester City penalty area. Let's take them quickly. Here's Ugarte. Manchester United being pressed back. Started off level with the penalty area. They're now back in their own half of the field. And under pressure there is Lenny Yoro, and he nearly gave the ball away. Here's Dorgu now. Dorgu to Ugarte. Ugarte, super long ball over to Mesraoui. Here's Mbeumo. Quick 1-2 with Fernandes. Fernandes gets the ball back. Nicely chipped up there for Mesraoui. Mesraoui tries to play the pass through to Mbeumo. He might have been better just getting the cross in there. It's cleared away by Nico O'Reilly. Only as far as Bruno Fernandes. Back here to Luke Shaw. Sure, that's a good pass there to Dorgu. Can Dorgu get the cross in? He can. Oh, what a shot there by Mbuemo, forcing a super save from Donnarumma. And that was the best bit of football that Manchester United have created in the entire game. And it started with the cross to Mbuemo, and he caught that on the volley and a fingertip save from Donnarumma. And Mbuemo there. Oh, that was good football all round. Brilliantly created there to Mbuemo from Bruno Fernandes. And a brilliant save by Donnarumma. It's a corner to Manchester United, and we do have a substitute now. And it's just come off is Nusa Mazraoui. I'm just trying to see who's coming off. Harry Maguire is coming on as well. So Yoro is coming off, and Mazraoui is coming off. So I'm just trying to see the ones that are on. It's Maguire and Mainu. So Mazraoui and Yoro are off. Maguire and Mainu are on. Adding a little extra to that defence. Cross coming in now. It's towards the back post. And finally City managing to get that ball away with Doku. Doku plays the ball. He's given a ball away, but the pass to Dorgu is offside. And, well, take a look at this save again by Donnarumma. Sweetly caught on the volley. I mean, Mbuemo couldn't have caught it any better. It was a super play. And it turned away by Gianluigi Donnarumma. And it's going to be cleared downfield by Donnarumma. And that's out of play for a Manchester United throw-in. And it's going to be taken by Amad Diallo. He leaves it alone, in fact, actually, for Matthijs de Ligt. Taken long, the header won there by Nico O'Reilly. And here's Reijers, who has been magnificent today for Manchester City. And here is Bernardo Silva. Rodri, Foden, O'Reilly, Doku goes down under the challenge. Manchester United win the ball back, but it's been given away. That was a really sharp sliding challenge by Diaz, and now City breaking forward over on the far side with Kasanov. Gets the ball in there to Haaland, and it's just about held on to by the goalkeeper, Altay Bayindir. But it was a brilliant sweeping move again by City. Such quality football. Out wide there, Kasanov gets a cross in. Touched, didn't really make too much of a swinging effort with the boot. Just got a touch on it, but plenty of power behind that. But it was right at the goalkeeper, Altay Bayindir. And here's Matthijs de Ligt. Maguire. Harry Maguire now on as a substitute. They've had a Kobe Mainu in the midfield now as well, to see if they can add some grit into that midfield. Here's Sesko. Wins the ball back to Sesko, and he lays the ball off there to... Oh, it's a long ball forward, looking for Amad from Dorgu, but he was not able to find him there. And Donnarumma now has the ball. Donnarumma just drops the ball down there for Diaz, and he gets the ball back to Donnarumma as Manchester City will start playing the game management route eventually. 4 attempts in the second half from City, 1 for Manchester United. The first few minutes of the second half, Manchester United looked quite sharp, and since the second goal, well, they could have should be very well 3-0 down really, had Erling Haaland finished that chance. Here is O'Reilly, plays the ball over the halfway line, and it's picked up there by De Ligt. He gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire plays the ball over the halfway line to Amad. Amad is right in front of O'Reilly. Oh, he's tripped over the ball as Amad, and the ball is by Haaland now to Doku. Doku looking to get away again, Jeremy Doku. And it's out of play there. He just runs the ball out of play, but it was trying to get away from Matthijs de Ligt, as they've just not been able to handle Doku the entire game. And it goes back to the number 5, Harry Maguire. Ball played forward there to Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte, long ball, and chasing this one is Amad Diallo. Is he going to be able to keep it in play? He does. Diallo now, he needs some help in the penalty area. Amad Diallo checks the ball back to Mbeumo. Mbeumo now cuts into the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? He goes down. No penalty, says the referee, and the cross in the end was poor. Comfortably blocked by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Just tries to get to the byline there. Looks like he slips here, does Mbeumo. Certainly no question of that being a penalty. Anyway, the ball goes back to Altay Bayindir now, and cleared downfield. Whether the substitution, in my mind, whether that substitution was correct. Lenny Yoro might have preferred to take off Luke Shaw, but that does not appear to be the case. The ball's played down the line, looking now for Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu, he kept the ball in play, but only managed to hand it to Kasanov. Here is Diaz to Foden. Gvardiol lifts the ball forward to Doku. Doku now being closely watched by Matthijs de Ligt, but Doku tries to turn away. De Ligt, he won that ball back fairly, says Anthony Taylor. And here is Mbeumo to Fernandes. Fernandes gives the ball to Diallo. Back again to Diallo from Mbeumo. Mbeumo back heel to Kobbie Mainoo. And here's Ugarte. Just trying to bring that ball under control, and it was a good job that... Oh, he's offside. He must be offside, but he's one-on-one now. Is Haaland? Can he finish this? Oh, he can, but I think he's going to be offside, unless he was just inside his own half of the field. It looks like the goal has been given. It's 3-0. It was a beautiful finish. He took the ball into the net. And I just wonder whether VAR might look at this, because I'm beginning to think if he was in his own half, he's fine. But I'm not sure that he was. I guess we'll see. But it's 3-0 as it stands. 69 minutes, and Erling Haaland strikes again. Could have had a hat-trick today. But at 3-0, you have to say, let's have a look here. Oh, yes, he's in his own half. That's going to be fine. That goal is going to count, and it's he will be very, very pleased with this goal. He was away. There was no chance Maguire was going to get anywhere near him, and he just tucked it past the goalkeeper into the net on the right-hand side. And it's beginning to turn into a very unpleasant afternoon for Manchester United as it stands. 3-0. As Pep Guardiola celebrates with the Manchester City fans. And a moment of relief, I suppose, for Erling Haaland after missing that earlier one. But I don't see any way back for Manchester United now. This is, in my opinion, this game is all done. And Manchester United seem to have lost their way a little bit since the second goal, really. Here's Bruno Fernandes, and here's Ugarte. Mbeumo drops the ball back to the centre circle to Maguire, and here is Ugarte, and back to Ugarte again, and inside the centre circle is Harry Maguire to Kobbie Mainoo. Manchester United just looking short of ideas at the moment. Since that second goal went in, they just seem to have fallen apart after the first 5 minutes of what was a really decent second half start. Here's Shaw to Dorgu, back to Shaw again. And he goes all the way back to Harry Maguire, but lurking with intent is Erling Haaland. And he goes back to Altay Bayindir. Bayinda clears the ball downfield, looking for, that's a really good ball by Bayinda, but it wasn't able to bring the ball under control very well, was Bruno Fernandes. And here's Kasanov. Ball played forward looking there for Foden, but it's just going to be comfortably won by Manuel Ugarte. Back to Ugarte again. And it drops the ball back to Luke Shaw. And the Manchester City fans doing their typical celebration of turning their back on the games and dancing up and down. It's usually confirmation that they feel that the game is won. And at this point, I would be inclined to agree with them. Here's Ugarte. Drops the ball back to the number 5, Harry Maguire. Oh, that's a lovely turn there by Bruno Fernandes. Tries to play the ball through to Mbeumo, but it was right at the feet of Diaz, who clears the ball. And here is the number 37, Kobe Mainoo. Just drops the ball back into the midfield, does Kobe. And he gives the ball to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw. Oh, again, a beautiful turn by Bruno Fernandes. Really smart play. And he sends Dorgu off into the penalty area. Dorgu gets a cross in. A chance maybe for Diallo. Tries to get a shot away. It's blocked. He allowed it to fall. And that allowed City just to get back. Goes right back to Maguire with a shot. And it just sails away from the top left corner. And Manchester City, well, they're looking at this point like they are well on top. An effort by Manuel Ugarte, because after all, why not, with the way things are at the moment for Manchester United. And it's a free kick here. A goal kick, rather, I should say. And again, the goal kick is not going to be taken by Donnarumma. And it's going to be taken short to Donnarumma. And then Donnarumma is going to clear the ball downfield. Flicked on there, up in the air to Haaland. Haaland flicks the ball on, looking for Doku. And he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper clears it downfield. Heads go up there, nicely won by Diaz. Fernandes brings the ball down well and drops the ball down to the right-hand side here to Amad Diallo. Manchester United just looking for something. Diallo drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. To Ugarte, to Kobe Mainoo. Good work by Mainoo, but he's dispossessed there. And here's Jeremy Doku again. And a good challenge by Matthijs de Ligt. And I think I'll be giving my man of the match to Ross in about 10 minutes time. I'm sort of stuck at the moment on who I'm going to give it to. I've got a couple of names in mind, but I'll keep them from you until it is revealed. Here's Doku. Gives it to Rodri. Rodri loses the ball to Manuel Ugarte. And now here's Luke Shaw inside the centre circle for United. Ball is played forward. Touched on by Fernandes looking for Dorgu, but that was really well read by Kasanov. And now here's Erling Haaland as City are on the break once more. And the ball is played through. And a real chance for Reiners here. And he's put it wide. Oh, Reiners. So close to making it 4. I mean, it really could have been 6 at the end today. It really could have been. The ball is played long here by Haaland. It's a beautiful pass. He's onside. Shaw never going to get there. Reiners lifts the ball over the goalkeeper. But as far as he's concerned, and City are concerned, it's the wrong side of the post. Oh, and it looked like it was heading in too. It's just a spin of the ball, took it away. And Manchester United caught out at the back. And yeah, Russell said it should be at least 5-0. I would argue it should be 6. Nico is coming on for Manchester City, along with the number 26 there. I'm not sure who that number 26 is. Okay, so anyway, Nico is coming on for Rodri. Oh yes, it's Savinho. Okay, 74. minutes. Nico is coming on, along with Savinio. Coming off is Rodri, and I suspect, I'm just trying to see who the other player is that's going to replace. Is it going to be Doku? Yes, it's going to be Jeremy Doku. He's had a fantastic game today, has Jeremy Doku. Really been involved in the 2 goals, created both goals, and he has been very, very impressive today. Manchester United not being able to handle him quite so easily. And Nico Gonzalez and Savinio are on right now. And it's a free kick to Manchester United. It's about 15 yards inside the City half of the field. And the ball is played forward. Haaland's going to get up there, but it's won in the air by Maguire. Headed out. Only as far there as Bruno Fernandes plays the ball into Mbeumo. Mbeumo tries to gain control of the ball, but it's cleared away into the Manchester United half of the field, as Haaland really has done a fantastic job defensively as he has offensively. Really working hard today. And the ball is with De Ligt here. He's going to take the throw-in. Headed up into the air by Mbeumo, and it comes off Nico Gonzalez. It's going to be a throw-in, as Manchester United are also readying Joshua Zirkzee to come on for them. I suspect that will probably be for Benjamin Sesko, who's been completely isolated today. The ball is played long, looking for Dorgu, but Kasanov getting the ball back to Donnarumma, who's made a couple of good saves today as well. He's not had a whole lot to do, but made some vital saves. And that's the point of having somebody like Donnarumma in your goal. He's so consistent, always focused, always on the game. And he is going to be a very impressive addition to this Manchester City team. Bayinda clears the ball downfield. And it's picked up by Agate. And it's tried to be won in the midfield by Nico Gonzalez. But breaking away now is Kobe Mainoo. And it's 6-on-4. If Manchester United could do something with it. Here's Dorgu. Tries to get the cross in, looking for Sesko. But Kasanov gets his foot in the way there. And it goes straight back to the goalkeeper, Donnarumma. But again, just for a moment there, it was 6-on-4. And Manchester United did not take really any advantage of that, and it breaks down for Manchester United. They're also readying Casemiro to come on as well, so we're going to see him very shortly too, which will be the 3rd and 4th substitutions for Manchester United. And a foul there. But play goes on. The referee playing advantage as Manuel Agate plays it across to Bruno Fernandes. Here's Dorgu. Dorgu gets across over to the back post to Mbeumo. Well, he tried the shot at a difficult angle, Mbeumo, but he gets his foot underneath it and sends it over the crossbar. So here are your substitutions. Benjamin Sesko is coming off, and so is Manuel Agate. And they are coming off for Joshua Zirkzee and Casemiro. Another frustrating day for Sesko, still waiting for his first goal for Manchester United. He hasn't received the service today, it has to be said, as Manchester United really have failed in the final third of the field to really create too many chances. Well, it's Ruben Amorim staring on. I'm not sure there's much more he can do. Here's Ahmad, just waiting for the ball to roll out of play. It somehow stays in, but the ball finally comes off Nico O'Reilly, and it's going to be a throw into Manchester United as we go into the last 10 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium. And Manchester City are looking home and hosed right now. And here is Harry Maguire. Maguire forward to Casemiro. Oh, it's a good ball by Casemiro. Finds Ahmad. Ahmad holds the ball up. Casemiro joining the attack now. Picks up the ball. Launching it towards Diallo. Can Diallo get the ball into the middle here? It's right the way back there to De Ligt. De Ligt tries to get the cross in. It was cleared out by Diaz. Manchester City not struggling to really get the ball away right now. Xerxes brings the ball down. Finally, it's hooked away one more time by Diaz. Following up with a good header. It's picked up by Harry Maguire. And it's out wide now to Diallo. Diallo, check back to Mbeumo. And Mbeumo trying to press the ball forward. Mbeumo gets the shot away, and it's just wide. Donnarumma just ensured that it was going wide. He scrambled across his goal. It's a good turn and a decent effort by Mbeumo. It's not far wide, not a million miles away. And it's a goal kick to Manchester City, as they will once again, no doubt, take their time. They're not going to be in any hurry. 8 minutes plus stoppage time left at the end of this game. And I am just going to give Ross my player of the match. Okay, there we go, Ross. All right, and here is Amad Diallo now for Manchester United. And Amad Diallo, well, he wins the ball back. Initially the ball was given away, and the ball is cleared long downfield. And Harry Maguire just going to chase that back ahead of Erling Haaland and give it back to the goalkeeper. And he releases it there to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw goes back to Bayinda. Another frustrating afternoon if you're a Manchester United goalkeeper. Headed on there by Nico O'Reilly, only as far as Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo over the halfway line to Casemiro. Casemiro, long ball over to Diallo. He's got time and space here as Diallo. Can he get a decent cross in? Checks back Diallo, and again, drills the ball across. Oh, and Mbeumo puts the ball behind. And it's going to be I think it's going to be a corner. That may have come off a City player last, although I'm not sure how. Let's take a look. The ball comes across here from Diallo. Oh, it might have come off Donnarumma, actually. But it was just a little bit too pacey for Mbeumo, and it did come off Donnarumma. It is a corner to Manchester United. Point-blank save, really, then by Donnarumma. I'm not sure he knew much about it. And Brian Mbeumo is going to take this corner. This is going to be outswung. Or maybe is he going to in-swing it? Let's have a look. Well, Manchester United have flooded that 6-yard box. It is an in-swinger, punched out by Donnarumma. Only as far there. Oh, and it was almost turned in by Casemiro. It was a shot by Bruno Fernandes, but Casemiro tried to divert it into the net. He would have been offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But it was going wide, and you can see here this is really good work again, dominating his penalty area with Donnarumma. Right out to the edge to Bruno Fernandes. And there was on the far side, possibly playing him onside, there was Abdul Qadir Kasanov, but he was not able to divert it in anyway. And Manchester City are about to bring on Rico Lewis. As the ball drops back here and played forward there to Diallo. And Manchester United having a good period right now. Diallo checks back to Mainoo. Mainoo with a cross. It's headed away, but only as far as Dorgu. Can Dorgu get a shot away? He can. But he balloons it over the crossbar. And, well, it's a poor finish, you have to say. It's a really poor finish. I expected better, really, from Dorgu from this position. But he sends it over the crossbar. And you can see the look of frustration on Ruben Amorim's face as the Manchester United fans beginning to leave the Etihad Stadium, as they look a dejected bunch right now. And I have to say, it's poor, really poor from Manchester United's perspective. They've had a bit of a better period in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. Here's Mainu. He's dispossessed that time. And City coming forward now. Long ball for Savinho. Savinho now picks it up. And he holds the ball up. And gives the ball there to Phil Foden. Looks like Oscar Bob is readying himself to come on down on that down on the touchline. There's another City player down there as well, I think, that's going to be coming on. And we're going to see that substitution now, as it looks like Manchester City have been awarded a free kick. So it's Nathan Ake is the other one coming on. So it's Ake and Bob coming on. Haaland is coming off. A spectacular performance by him today. He has 2 goals. Could have had a hat-trick, in fairness. As we take a look at the second goal here now. It's... see him here, just... the finish there as well was spectacular. And he's going off. We'll just see who the other substitute that's going off that's replacing. It's Bernardo Silva is the other player who is coming off. He's worked hard today too. So we have on here Nathan Ake and Oscar Bob. So I'll be naming the player of the match in about a minute and a half or so's time. As Ross saying Amorim is doing a great job. Well, you're a Leeds fan, Ross. Of course he's doing a great job. And free kick for Manchester United inside the centre circle now. And it's Casemiro that's going to take it. He drops it back to Harry Maguire. Casemiro drops the ball into the centre circle to Mainu. Back to Casemiro again. And here is Matthijs de Ligt. As Manchester United looking for a consolation, something they can take from this game. Here's Maguire to De Ligt. Ball played forward there, good piece of defending that time by Diaz again, and here's Foden and gives the ball to Reijers. Reijers gives the ball out onto the right hand side to Oscar Bob. It's dropped back, and here's Gvardiol. Gvardiol under pressure from Xerxes. Drops the ball back to Diaz. Ball played forward there, looking for the chasing run of Oscar Bob. But it's knocked out of play that time. Throw in for Manchester City as the City fans jubilantly cheer. As they're on their feet clapping right now. It's certainly a good result for them today. Inside the last minute at the next stoppage in play, I will be giving the player of the match. Amad Diallo plays the ball back to Kobbie Mainoo. Can't imagine there being too much stoppage time at the end of this game. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Drops the ball back to Casemiro. Casemiro to Diallo. Cross there to De Ligt. Back to Casemiro again. Manchester United, patient build-up. To Brian Mbeumo. Amad Diallo again. Can he get the cross in? He can, but it's a poor one and it's cleared away, but only as far as Casemiro. Casemiro tries flicking. It's been flicked on there for the pass from Casemiro, but I'm suggesting that Kobbie Mainoo may not have been aware of that, and the ball is out of play. So let's give you my man of the match today. And I've decided to give the man of the match. It was such a tough choice between these two players. I was thinking of Jeremy Doku, but in the end I've gone with Erling Haaland. His 2 goals has been a thorn in the side of Manchester United throughout this afternoon. Could very well have had a hat-trick. So today's man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Manchester City's number 9, Erling Haaland. And the ball is cleared downfield. It's picked up by Savinio. Savinio, good ball to Oscar Bar, but now here's Reiners. Reiners tries to play the ball through to Foden. He was shielded out of play. Reiners again drills the ball across the face of goal. And it goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United, as we've got 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. And Manchester United, well, time is almost up for them. They really don't look like they're going to score. Haaland satisfied with his day's work today. And he could have had the third. I still can't believe that he missed that chance. It was from 4 yards out. He could have had a hat-trick. To look at that today and think to himself, he'll feel a little bit frustrated, but overall his performance has been magnificent today. Ball is played forward to Mbeumo. Mbeumo, beautiful back heel to Xerxes. Great play there by Manchester United. Here's Xerxes. Holds the ball up, and it's out wide to Ahmad. Ahmad just controls the ball. Played across there, real chance. A shot by Casemiro is blocked, and it's headed away. We've played almost 2 minutes now of the allotted 4 minutes of stoppage time. There'll be any additional time that Mr. Taylor conditions to add on. Remember, it's 4 minutes minimum. Here's Fernandez, plays the ball out wide there to Amad Diallo. And the ball is swung into the box there, and the header on! Oh, and Dorgu, it was an opportunity. Got the header on there, but it just went wide of the target. Left Donnarumma rooted to the spot. Really good ball in by Bruno Fernandes. And the header just wide of the target from Patrick Dorgu, as Donnarumma is going to take some time now. May get a yellow card for this. He needs to hurry, because Anthony Taylor will add this time on. Donnarumma clears the ball downfield, and it's headed on by Matthijs de Ligt, and again by Harry Maguire. Nico O'Reilly heads the ball on. It's just headed down by Harry Maguire and on to Kobe Mainoo. It's now back to the goalkeeper here, Bayinda. Clears the ball out, but under pressure here is Dorgu, and they've given it away to Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly is inside the penalty area, checks inside to Foden. Foden tried the shot. Oh, it was almost kept in play. Well, it was in fact kept in play by Savinio, and Bayinda had to get down and block that potential cross from Savinio, and it goes behind for a corner, as City were looking at potentially a fourth goal there. And the corner is going to be taken over on the left-hand side. It's taken short and played off Bruno Fernandes. Might have come off Foden. Did according to the linesman on this near side. As we've played the 4 minutes now, and that's it. That's all we're going to play. Well, two second-half goals by Erling Haaland has made this an extremely convincing victory for Manchester City. Manchester United looked below par for much of the game, with only a short period at the beginning of the second half, and a little bit of a 10 or 15 minute period in the 15 minutes following the third goal. But to be perfectly honest, this was a comfortable victory for Manchester City, and Manchester United now need to go back to the drawing board. Full time at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you very much there, Paul, as the full-time whistle has just sounded here on the weekend's Premier League matches, with Manchester City finishing off the weekend with the victories. All the Premier League games for this weekend have now come to an end, as the scores will go across the bottom of your screen. They'll bring them up on the screen in just a few moments of time. Haaland could have had an hat-trick. He could have maybe had a few more as well. Could have had more than 3. Could have been at least 5, maybe 6-0 to Manchester City, and that's not exaggerating from myself. Manchester City were pure dominant in that game over Manchester United, and just were too good for their City rivals. Manchester is blue tonight, as City beat United by 3-0 in the Premier League. Before we bring you the Premier League scores in full, which they're going across the bottom of your screen, let's just bring in your match commentator, Paul James. A fantastic performance from Man City. I was a bit surprised, like you, Paul, that Orland didn't score that chance when he come back off the post, when he fell to the floor and managed to get it on target. He was so unlucky there. Could have had more goals, Orland. Foden could have had more. City were just pure dominance today, weren't they?
Well, in the first half, I actually thought they wasn't that great in the first half. They didn't need to be, let's be honest. Manchester United were very poor. But in the second half, you really saw what City was all about. The speed in which they broke out, the quick passing, just broke Manchester United down. And every time they went forward, they looked a real threat, let's be honest. It could have easily have been 6 in the end today. But I think Manchester City, they needed that. It's not been the best start for Manchester. Excuse me, I got the hiccups for Manchester City. Oh my goodness! It's not been a good start for Manchester City this season. But this will certainly give them the confidence they need to go forward. Ruben Amorim, I have no idea. I mean, look at the look on his face. No, he's just got a defeat. He's a defeated man right now. He's a defeated man, and I feel so sorry for him. He's a defeated man. You can tell by the look on his face. I don't think he knows where to take them next. I'll be honest. I don't think he knows where to take them next, and I don't know that any manager coming in could do anything that's any better. I really don't. This team they are not playing collectively strong enough as a unit. They play like they have never played together before, and there were parts of the game where they did start to look a little bit more threatening, but they're walking off the pitch like it's another day at the office. You've just been beaten 3-0 by your arch rivals, your City rivals. And they're walking off the pitch like it's another day at the office. And as far as I know, they didn't even go over and clap their fans, who have been unfortunate enough to have to pay to watch that drivel.
Yeah, Paul, I didn't see anybody from Manchester United walk across to their away support, which is not a good sign, especially when you've just been beaten 3-0. You need to go across, go and apologise to your fans who's paid their money to come and travel. I'm just going to use Gabriel Gudmundsson, for example. He scored the own goal for which helped Fulham beat Leeds yesterday. According to what I've read this afternoon, he was the first one over there at full time, apologising to the fans, clapping the fans, and then the rest of the team followed across afterwards. He was one of the first across there, apologising to the fans at full time for obviously that goal, his own goal, ensured the victory for Fulham. But it wasn't just the whole team played well up until that bizarre free-cone goal. Leeds were heading for a point yesterday. He went across there, acknowledged his error, and apologised to fans. These Manchester United players, and I've seen them do it not just this game, Paul, they've done it in other games that they've lost. They're not bothered about the team performance, or they're not bothered about the fans' reaction. Because they're not going to get abuse from the fans for losing again, especially in the arch rivals, but they're not bothered about getting that backlash. They'd rather go inside, or speak with the teammates rather than confronting the fans, which you should apologise to fans who's paid their money to come and watch your team play, whether you win, lose or draw in matches.
Well, I agree with that actually, Ross. I'm not necessarily in favour of them going over to the fans at the end of every game. I don't think it should become like that. But I think in a situation like this, where you've just been beaten 3-0 by your City rivals, and you put in a performance like that, but you know what? What is going to be this apology as well? What is that going to do though? They should go up and acknowledge the fans at the very least. But I think what the fans want, they don't want any more apologies. They want the team to start performing like they're proud of wearing the shirt as well. And they're not doing that. They can go on social media and say, oh, we apologise, we did all this, we didn't play well. They can do all that. But if they're not putting it right in the next game, then that apology means nothing.
Absolutely, Paul. And I've just seen a video which someone who's actually inside the Etihad Stadium this afternoon just posted the video out, and the Man United players went across to what looked like a pretty much empty stadium. I think it looked like it was led by Bruno Fernandes, which got the players and went across. Obviously, the pictures that we're seeing, they didn't show that, but I'm just seeing some more pictures now, which shows the Man United players going over there, and it was actually led by Bruno Fernandes, the club captain, because it looked like the majority of the players were going to walk up, but Fernandes looks like he got them all together and marched them across to the away end, which is pretty much empty from the videos I'm seeing on social media. So they did actually go across.
Oh, well, they did. Well, so they should. So they should. It's that kind of performance, that kind of effort. You know, that against your City. This is the rivals. This is look. When I have seen games involving Arsenal and Spurs, and I see the effort by both teams, this is why a derby is supposed to be so difficult to predict, and why a derby, the form book goes out the window. Because in a derby, you put everything on the line. You leave everything out there, is what you do in a derby. And they didn't do that today. They didn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. None of them, and out of the Man United players who played today, Paul, I'm not going to even go through them all because I'll be here all day, but none of those in that red shirt today for Manchester United can walk off that field with the head held high, in my opinion, today. Nobody who played for Man United can walk off the pitch head held high, because the defence was abysmal, the midfield were abysmal, the attack were non-existent, and that's due to the lack of creativity. Only one probably you could really say, because we all end up high, is Mbeumo. At least he tried and created an effort. He forced Rome into a good save in the second half. Other than Mbeumo, I can't recall, with that effort there, I can't really recall Donovan making a remarkable save where he had to tee one round the post. There were some comfortable ones which were, what you would say, comfortable for the goalkeeper to get in that from that position. But I would have to say that Donnarumma had a pretty quiet afternoon stroke early evening at the Etihad against Manchester United today.
It was a pitiful performance by Manchester United. You know, when I think of, I'm at a certain vintage where I can remember some of Manchester United's great players. Do you think Roy Keane would have allowed Manchester United to perform like that against Manchester City? I'm astonished at it. I'm absolutely astonished, and I see the light. I think back at the great players that has played for this club, and I think to myself, they must watch that, and they must think, what kind of a circus has Manchester United become?
Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. I just want to. You gave Orange your man of the match, and a great choice, by the way. I would have probably picked him as well. But there's some other good players out there for Manchester today. Foden played well. Doku played well. There's a number of players I could name for Manchester City who played well today.
It's a tough choice.
I would have said it would have been a tough choice, but not other than just the 2 goals. But I thought Orton, which is probably, I know it's not just the 2 goals he got, which is why he scored, why he gave him player of the match and about Orton. But do you feel like he, not just his goals, but his overall work rate up top, pressing the Man United defence, was the reason behind you picking him for player of the match today? Because I think he did a really good job with that, and I would have probably picked him as my player of the match if I was on comms with you.
Actually, it wasn't for his work up top that did it. I gave it him for the goals, but I gave it him for his defensive play too. Like, his defensive play, his hard work in defence. Winning the balls in the air and winning challenges and doing things that a striker doesn't normally do. But his work in defence was fantastic. It's that what put him over the top of Doku. I was going to give it to Doku. I was very tempted to give it to Doku, but in the end, I gave it to Haaland because of his two-way play, his outstanding work on defense as well as offense.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And I was noticed this time during the game because the TV pictures also gave, when I'm watching on, also gave Erling Haaland the player of the match, and it showed him on the bench when they announced it on the TV, some of his stats, and I just want to read you some of his stats out that they put up for this, and you showed you Jim Radcliffe. Now, I don't need to look very happy at all, Jim Radcliffe, when towards the end of the game. This is Erling Haaland's match stats from what I've got here, when it's just goals, shots, touching opposition box, and clearances, and where he ranks in the players who played today, Paul, as well. So, Haaland 2 goals, match rank first. Shots 5, match rank first. Touching opposition box 9, match rank second. And clearances 6, equal first for Erling Haaland today. That's just some of the match rankings and some of the stats Erling Haaland got today. And he was also the TV's choice for player of the match today, as well as yours, Paul. And I fully agree with your choice there. I would probably give it to him. Like I said, Doku was up there for me as well. Foden was up there as well. I thought Foden had a really good game coming back in from the cold, not being in for the past few weeks, coming back in, and he put in a really good performance today as well. So it was our choice. I agree with you. But for me, would have got probably, like you, I would have probably get it all, and then I think he made a great choice there, Paul. But then some of the stats there went off. Remarkable, isn't it, what he's done there today?
Oh yeah, I mean, they couldn't handle him today. They couldn't handle Doku today. Defensively, they were a mess all the way through. Was Manchester United? They could have conceded like a lot more. Between the passing around the edge of the 18-yard box, they were giving the ball away too many times. The goalkeeper, he was nearly caught out a couple of times. It's just I will be very interested in what Manchester United's their fans' overall views are tonight on YouTube. I'll probably sit down and watch that. I like to sit down and watch some of the Manchester United fans' opinions on their team's performances, and I'm very intrigued as to hear what they've got to say on that performance.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be probably watching some of those as well, Paul, tonight myself. It'll be really good to see what their fans think about that. There were some fans.
You'll be with the popcorn, Ross. You'll be there with the popcorn.
Well, there were some fans before kickoff saying they were expecting those to win, Man United to win, says this by the same scoreline, 3-0, because of the way City had started the season. But Man United had started it similar to Manchester United. It started similar to Manchester City as well, with where they were in terms of points on the table. So we expect saying Man United could go there and get something. I didn't expect it to be. I thought it'd be a closer game than 3-0. Paul, I thought it might have been 2-1. City winning by the odd goal. I thought we would at least get to goal today. But overall, I think it was a good win for Manchester City and a deserved win for Manchester City. I don't think anyone can take away or come out and say that Man City didn't deserve to win that today, because for me, and I'm sure you agree as well, they thoroughly deserve to beat Manchester United today based on their second half performance compared to the first half.
Oh yeah, they absolutely deserved it. Nobody can complain and argue about it. It was, as I said, it was an absolutely poor performance from Manchester United, and they have to look at themselves here, and they have to start thinking what they want for their careers, for this football club. What do they want? And they have to make that decision, because Manchester United now have got to start getting players in who want to play for Manchester United. The attitude has to be right. When you put that shirt on, that Manchester United shirt on, and you come out at Old Trafford, you have made it as a footballer. You have made it. When you put that shirt on and you walk out, it should mean something to you. and it doesn't seem to mean anything to these players.
Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. Before we finish up in around about 5 minutes or so's time, I just want to bring you this stat here, which I've just seen now. Pep Guardiola, today was Pep Guardiola's 600th match as a manager, and he's got his 10th Manchester Derby win today as well. Pep Guardiola there, so big congratulations to Pep. Thoroughly deserved victory as well. Really good performance in the second half from his citizens to help them get that victory and help him get the 10th victory in the Premier League, in the Manchester Derbies as Manchester City boss. Just a bit here as well, saw some stats a bit ago as well. Erling Haaland, after his second goal today, with his 50th home goal in the Premier League for Manchester City as well, just proving more there. Haaland in the Manchester Derbies now in the Premier League has got 10 goal involvements, 7 goals and 3 assists after he made it 2-0. He's now got 8 goals and 3 assists now, and only Ryan Giggs with 13 goal involvements has got more than Erling Haaland, who's got 11, which I think in Manchester Derbies, and I think that could pass in time, Paul, as well, like with the other stuff with Aguero and Phil Foden as well, which I bought earlier on, which he bought for us earlier on. And just a quick one away from this, as Liverpool beat Burnley 1-0 earlier today, Paul, it's exactly 1 year to the day since Liverpool last failed to score in the Premier League, which was a 1-0 home defeat, 1-0 defeat at Anfield to Nottingham Forest, and a year on they've beat Burnley 1-0 in what was a harsh defeat for Burnley earlier today. But Manchester City, just talking about Pep Guardiola, 600th game as a manager, 10th Manchester Derby win. What a manager he is, and he's just an impressive manager for Manchester City. And he's going to be one of the best managers in the world. Is it at the moment, Paul?
Well, he's been successful wherever he's gone, hasn't he? He's won major honours wherever he's gone. At Bayern Munich, major honours. At Barcelona, major honours. At Manchester City, major honours. Now, some people will argue and say that he's already had the quality at those teams to be successful. And okay, that's a fair point. But you have to be a good manager to manage all those egos. You know, you have to be a good manager to manage all those egos. You can turn around and say that okay, he's had all the talent, but you have to get the respect of that talent and the respect of those egos to bring out the best in them, and that's what he does. And he's without question the best manager right now in the world.
Absolutely, Paul. Thank you very much for your input and analysis today on the Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United, which finished Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0 in the derby here at the Etihad this afternoon, early evening. Let's take a look then at the Premier League scores before we wrap up today, and the scores are there on your screen. We'll just wrap up the Premier League scores from the weekend for your viewing pleasure. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth 2, Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 0, Sunderland 0, Everton 0, Aston Villa 0, Fulham 1, Leeds United 0, Bristol United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, West Ham United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Brentford 2, Chelsea 2, Burnley 0, Liverpool 1, and Man City 3, Manchester United 0 in our featured match on this Super Sunday today. Thank you very much for choosing us as your people to follow the Manchester derby with this afternoon, early evening, on your Sunday afternoon, early evening. Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you for those who have listened and not commenting. If you do want to listen in the future, I want to get your comments in. Feel free to post them in. We'll read them out. But please keep them clean and respectful. It is a family-friendly show. Also, if you are listening for the first time on Twitch and you've been listening on Twitch and you're not sure out again, continue listening on Twitch while you're going out and about in your car. Just turn it to audio only on Twitch. Then connect your car up to your phone when you're in there, and then you can have it coming through your car speaker up now, and you can listen to our coverage on the move as well. Just want to give Phil Furnish, we mentioned him just a little bit ago just before we wrap up, his last 2 Premier League seasons, so 23-4 season and 24-25 season. In the 23-4 season, 35 appearances, 19 goals, 8 assists, 106 minutes per goal stroke assist. And then in the 24-25 season, 28 appearances, 7 goals, 2 assists, 198 minutes per goal stroke assist for Phil Foden. What an incredible talent he is as well. So thank you very much for listening to our coverage this afternoon. We really do hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Manchester derby. Our next live offering we have got for you in our next live game is next Saturday evening. Join us again for that. It's Fulham against Brentford. Kick-off is at 8 p.m. at Craven Cottage. Join us for that one as we bring you Fulham against Brentford next Saturday evening. Well, from myself, Russ, and from Paul, and from the rest of the team here on the Commenttary Hub, thank you for listening to the coverage this weekend of the Premier League action. As you've seen there, Manchester City beat Manchester United by 3-0 in the Premier League. From all of the team here, is a good night and have a great rest of your weekend and have a good week. We'll see you next Saturday. We'll see you Tuesday for some Champions League action. But our next action is our Premier League action here on the channel. Join us on Tuesday for some Champions League action here on the Commenttary Hub. Until next time, it's goodbye for now.